What is going on, everybody? Welcome into another portfolio update with the Frogs and Friends portfolio. We got here with us Crash, and we also have Adam. What's going on, my man?
What's going on? Happy Tuesday. Getting an early
Yes,
start this week. Let's go.
hell yeah, let's do it.
Look
So,
at that portfolio run.
yeah, buddy. So we are having a decent week, I would say. Pretty much yesterday, Monday, and so far today, Tuesday, we have seen green. And obviously, everyone wants to talk about the oil crisis going on, the Strait, Iran, all kinds of shit going on and fudding around. But Adam, anything that kind of caught your eye here with the portfolio, or just like the economic news in general?
Yeah. So I don't want to sound competitive, but I'm competitive. And look at our current rank at 532, 869.
Yes,
Okay.
out
We
of
just
2.8
started
million.
this at a 2.8 million. So if we could pull up last week's.
Yes, right here.
So last week we ended out pretty decent because that week started out real rough. I can't remember if you recorded when it was down
Yes, we
or
were down. We were down the last Tuesday. So if you look at our last video that you guys, the last portfolio update, I think we were in the red. Um, yeah, we were down like 3 grand or something like that. And yeah, so this since that day though, that was like the last red day of that week too. And
yep.
then so like yeah, like the last 3, 4 trading days have been pretty green for the most part. Nothing absolutely
So
crazy,
look at
but in
so
the
look
green.
at our rank there. So our rank was 693 806. And what are
Hmm.
we at right now?
And then we are in the 530s.
It's like 150,000 we just jumped.
Yeah, good
So
stuff.
that's kind of huge. Look at our account value. Started with 100,000.
Yep. Started with 100,000, so we picked up roughly a total loss or a total gain of 8,000 since we started. What, 3 weeks ago now? This is
That's
episode
right.
three, I
Yeah.
believe. So yeah,
Yep.
so I mean, as long as we're seeing green, we are happy. And then that's also, I don't know how this portfolio counts it exactly with the dividends, but as you guys can see here, the cash here today says 21,000 100 in the negative, but with our dividends popping in this past week since you guys have last seen us, the total cash was 21,000, almost 300. So we
You're
got
down about 150,
yeah, so
something, or
we
100,
got
110,
yeah,
something,
we
or
got that dividend at some point here. What it was over the week, it was Sunday or Monday. Can't remember. Don't I think it's the I think it if I remember correctly, it's the blocks. We got it from the blocks and possibly even Misty as well. So we will do that math here a little bit later, and we'll tell you all the distributions and the dividend number that each of these income funds gave out last week. So, but yeah, yeah, Adam, we're looking pretty good so far.
yeah, it's looking good. And I think we picked up that Misty position past the ex dividend date.
Hmm.
So we
Right.
might have missed that one in this current round. But
Yeah, the
yeah,
extra 350 shares that we bought last week. Yeah.
yep,
Yep.
yep.
Okay.
So those will make a difference. But now the portfolio should start paying that cash down.
Hmm. Yeah, especially if we see Bitcoin and strategy run a little bit, because obviously Misty goes off of MSTR price, and then obviously MSTR is a big has a shit ton of Bitcoin, it's a levered Bitcoin play, so the dividend should be moving in the bigger direction here these next couple weeks.
Although all of this sounds amazing, Frogs and Friends is not financial advice.
Yield Max Misty Yield Max came out and said that they're playing a little bit long for the covered calls and such like that for Misty this week with earnings call coming up for MSTR.
Yep,
Actually, tonight.
yep.
That's tonight. So I'm actually quite interested to see what's going to happen with that, with the earnings call and how the price and MSTR and Misty kind of react. And hopefully, Misty's gamble really pays off. And that'd be nice to see. So, also too, with Chippy actually kind of had like a neutral week so far. If because like last yesterday was down like a couple dollars in the 68s, I think it got down to at one point. And now obviously we're looking here at 70 high 71s. And Chippy just keeps
So,
chipping away.
so let's talk about this one for a second. So you have an unbelievable amount of FUD around AI right now, capital spend,
Data
um,
centers, yep.
yeah, data centers, all this kind of stuff. And just to keep in mind, Chippy is semiconductors, so it's essentially the essential components for data centers and AI itself. Um, I don't know if you guys ever pay attention to Jordy Vischer, who does a lot of analysis, deep dives into the actual technical shortages that are happening right now. So like everything's going down to materials. So we're actually hitting those roadblocks to where there's not enough chips to go around. Um, we're going to be sitting in this scarcity situation for quite a while. So I would expect this to just continually chop up
Hmm.
as we go along. And look at those dividends the last 2 weeks.
Yeah,
Jeez,
buddy. So let's
that's
just see so
crazy.
last week, well, this upcoming week is 60 cents and last week was 60 cents as well. So just for our example here in our portfolio, last week when we said we are getting dividends, so our last week dividend for Chippy, so we had what, 200 shares,
Yep.
and then you times that here by 60.
So it's what,
Now,
120?
yeah, so that's 120 in cash flow that we just got in cash dividend for our portfolio. So that is awesome. That helps add to the margin potential. That helps make the buffer a little bit cleaner here for our portfolio. It's just, and especially with price stability and also price appreciation, because as you guys can see with Chippy, ever since it started, it has not gone down. If you held it from inception, pretty much at any point, quite honestly, if you held
Yeah,
it at
it's
any point, it's going up. You didn't lose new money. I'll just say that.
so it's funny. I see a lot of fun. I think it was talking about the CapEx, like retail is all shifting to semiconductor, right?
Mm.
Which typically, like Crash and I were talking about this, we're like, typically when they say that, that's when the shorts start swimming. They're like, oh, okay, retail's in it. We got to go pick off some school of fish kind of thing.
Yeah.
So, but this one is up against scarcity right now. So there may be some pullbacks or maybe some, possible profit taking here. But long term, I think this continues to chop up regardless of pullbacks.
Yeah. Yeah, and like you said, bottlenecks everywhere. We're gonna start seeing that. Um, as far as the AI race and the AI just sector in general, man, we're not even in the early innings. We're like at first pitch still, it feels like.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I just feel like Chippy is one of those best of both worlds where like we said, it only gives about a 30 to 40% income, and then it focuses more on growth than say the income part. But I you're still getting beautiful dividends here.
This is still, like, to me, this is still a Bitcoin play. This is the hardware that runs Bitcoin,
Okay,
period.
yeah, yeah.
It's still a Bitcoin play. It's just essentially like looking at how mining works and understand that it needs GPUs and
Yep.
ASICs and all that kind of stuff, and all that has to be built. It has to be physicalized, and
I
that's what
mean,
Chippy's all about.
AI and Bitcoin does seem to it's starting to become obvious every week, every month that goes by is that they are starting to go a little bit hand in hand. And then even like how we talk about on Frogs and Friends, the Roundtable series, like, is it possible? It could have been quite possible that Bitcoin had to be released before AI really took hold. Um, because obviously with our thoughts on how it protects identity, like we won't know what's real at some point in the near
100%.
future. And Bitcoin will help clear that shit out and just keep everything real, more or less, for lack of a better term. But yeah, I think AI. I'm just not here to pick winners and losers though in the AI space. I'm not the
Nope.
AI guy. So like, yeah, we dive into it and stuff. Now you, Francis, and like Meta probably playing a little bit more on the AI side than I do. But like, I
Yeah,
understand
I
there's
pay attention to it
yeah, yeah.
heavily,
So
and
like
I still can't pick a winner. There's no way to pick a winner right now. It's just
mhm,
each one of these frontier labs are just leapfrogging each other after every release.
mhm,
But
yeah.
it's all kind of building to the same
End goal.
capabilities.
Hmm.
Yeah, but let's talk about the Bitcoin miners pivoting to AI compute, right? Um, I think we've talked about this on the roundtable, but either way, it doesn't matter if Bitcoin miners can pivot to AI compute or if they enhance their mining capabilities. All of that requires semiconductors.
Right.
But what I'm seeing is that because these miners are shifting to AI compute, they're basically diversifying their portfolio and building another income stream because AI compute, there's not enough compute.
Mhm.
So the demand wall for compute is so high that it doesn't matter when they enter, they're going to have customers. So this could eventually set up a supply squeeze simply because these miners no longer have to sell Bitcoin in order to fund their operations. They just have to stand up AI compute and mine Bitcoin at the same time and then just hold on to their Bitcoin and let it appreciate.
Yeah. And that's another bottleneck. Like as we're talking, like
Another,
that's
yeah.
yeah. So you're talking about scarcity. That's two examples right there that you want to have in holding something is
Yep.
scarcity, obviously, and that's where we absolutely love Bitcoin. But like to your point, at least for the next foreseeable future, anyway, these semiconductors scarcity in the amount of chips that we have, and also the scarcity in the energy, and like data centers and
Right.
compute output. So yeah, I mean, I'm with it. And like you said, I can't pick winners either, as far as in the AI field. So like
Mm.
that's perfect for blocks. That's what I want blocks for. You know.
Yeah. It's a good play. I mean, essentially we're just
Or sorry,
playing.
not well blocks, yeah, kind of, but I'm sorry, I meant Chippy when I said that.
Yeah, Chippy, but blocks has also got a piece of that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I guess you could call this portfolio the scarcity portfolio.
Good deal. Yeah. Well, and actually to your point, I mean, yeah, interchange the ticker blocks works as well because obviously they got Bitcoin miners too. They also have a couple
Hmm.
semis, like Taiwan semi, and I think they even
Yeah,
had NVIDIA.
TSMC.
Yeah, yeah, okay, yeah, yeah. And but they also have the miners, Bitcoin miners. So like you said, this could
Right.
actually turn into like a mini chippy here, but fucking 50% of it's powered by
Yeah,
literally
that's right.
Bitcoin then too. So like it's
Yeah,
like a
that's right.
chippy on steroids then at
Uh-huh.
some point. So
Once Bitcoin kicks in, it will be on steroids. Yeah.
yeah, fuck. Yeah. I mean, I like what we're doing here with this. Now obviously we all do own these anyway, but like this is nice, compact, and to the point portfolio here with these five holdings, I think. To help really try to show someone the potential here.
Yeah, and like I said, I would love to see if we could put TSII on here, but we can't. So it's
Let me
okay.
let me check here again. Maybe they
Let's
did
see,
an
maybe
update or
updated.
something.
Yeah.
Let me see. TS. No,
Nope.
still can't.
So I don't know, Crash. What do you want to do? Do you want to add to it? Do you want to let the divvies ride? See if that knocks down our cash position.
Yeah, I mean,
Um,
I'm more than happy o- with adding a little bit of IBIT. But as far as adding to the income funds at this point, like right now, I generally like to add on red days, and obviously we're seeing a green day here, and
yep. Yep.
nothing's below our average, so that's a bummer. But I think IBIT or like Bitcoin has plenty more room to run, and it's still like 80 grand. That's still cheap as fuck. So like I'm okay with adding a little bit more IBIT to help grow that buying power as well, um, in the long
So how
run.
much are you thinking? Like 200? That would be
Let's see
about
here.
9,000, 92.44.
Well, yeah, let's go back here and see what we got. We got 45-ish, 45 grand-ish to add or like buying power. Uh, I'm all right with like 5 grand if you want to put 5 grand into it.
5 grand. All right, let's do that real quick. So
Something a little
5,000.
small because like obviously we're not 100% in the clear for the end of the bear market. So
So that'd be about, you could do 100 shares. It's
Uh,
108 shares, but you could do 100 shares. Yeah.
yeah, okay, that's fine. I'm cool with that. So we'll add 100 shares here for iBit. Like I said, I'm all right with that. Like I do have a feeling. To
Mm.
me, I want to see a little bit more clarity in, well, one, with the MSTR call tonight, earnings call, and see where we can get at with Misty. But I don't want to confuse our personal portfolios with this one. So like, I'm gonna hold here with Misty.
Okay. So let's treat this portfolio of like we were just going to go with your gut. And I understand the apprehension too, because the earnings call could go either way.
And we've seen
And
a lot of shit the
and
last
we've
year
seen that. Oh yeah,
with
we've
MSTR. Yeah.
quite battle hardened on that front. So we could treat this portfolio as like, okay, better angels. This is the better angels, not the non cautious one.
Hmm.
And throw caution to the wind. We could do that with this, and then
I
see how it were
yeah.
to play, so that we know that, hey, I'm glad we were cautious about this
Yeah.
when we look at our actual portfolios.
Now I'm not against, like, okay, looking at the grand scheme of things, like a month from now or whatever. Um, and now it does kind of hurt that we come here once a week. Now, obviously, with our real portfolios, we look at it every day and can buy any kind of dip. But like, obviously, doing it one time a week here, like that does kind of hurt. So, like, where do you think we're gonna be next week? Hell, I don't know. I could imagine we'd be a little higher than where we are, but I could also see where we have no clarity yet, no true bear market or bull market confirmation.
No,
So I'm all right with waiting. Like, say if Misty does get to 30 by next week and we do have confirmation of some sort, I'm all right with that because we think Misty could at least double by here from here on out if everything goes well with running into a bull market here very soon. I'm not worried about saving $3 here to get it at 30 when I'm expecting to see it at bare minimum at 60 in a few
yeah,
months. So
yeah.
like that's not hurting me. So like I think that's kind of where I'm at, where I grown the last few years, I will say. I'm not trying to catch that quick dollar. I guess is that I guess
Yeah,
that's
you're
my
not you're not you're not chasing the 50 cents here and there
yes,
to
yeah.
DCA your average and things like that. I mean, you're doing it enough. I mean, like, so we took such a haircut in Misty
Hmm.
that any buy at these levels is very material for
Yeah.
knocking down your average price for sure.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I mean assist or strive was down before we started recording today. They were technically in the red. I mean, it wasn't much. But now they're green again. So like I kind of held off on strive. I think we added plenty at this point. Blocks, you could argue like when Bitcoin was at all-time high, they were at what, 26, 27-ish.
Yep.
I could argue, especially since they do play for growth. They do play, obviously it's an income fund. They do play for dividend, but it's a little bit on the chippy side of things.
Yeah, it's weighted more
I think
towards
they could go
growth.
higher than 28 this time around, especially with the fucking miners, the Bitcoin miners and uh
Yeah, with them pivoting to other revenue streams, that's a really good sign. It's a
yeah.
really
So
good sign for
I
those.
think there's way more all-time highs, not just in Bitcoin alone for blocks, as the reason why blocks would go higher than 28 this time around. So you could talk me into that would probably where I would probably go here next out of the rest of these choices here. Although I'm not against Chippy either, but we just missed it yesterday at 68. So like I'm like
Yeah.
like and then
Yeah.
obviously here we go. Obviously we're only visiting this once a month or once a week here. The Divvy Dip is gonna happen tonight.
Yeah.
So I would much rather prefer. I guess I could. Let me just see. I could say make it for tomorrow. Make a buy here for Chippy tomorrow. Um, hmm.
Maybe you just have to go, maybe take a look at it tomorrow and just, uh,
Yeah, and then
well, I
just
don't know.
update next week.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's possible. We'll put that on record. We'll look tomorrow and see where Chippy's at in the morning, and we possibly could add a little bit of Chippy. Um, if that's something you're interested in.
Yeah, 100%.
Okay. All right, yeah. We'll look at that tomorrow then. So that's a possibility there, guys. We'll add some chippy here tomorrow. But as of now, I think I'm okay with the portfolio and just letting the rest sit. Talk to me, Adam. What do you think?
Yeah, with that IBIT buy, let's see if that actually works at your buying power side here.
Hmm.
And then yeah, just maybe revisit tomorrow because I think what else is at X dividend date is Misty
Misty's tomorrow.
tomorrow.
Yes.
Tomorrow. Yep.
Yep.
So well, the X dividend is tonight, right? So tomorrow, yeah, we'll see. It's gonna have a dip for sure.
Yeah, Chippy's the night. Misty is Wednesday nights, the Divvy Dip and declaration or yeah, declaration. And then I believe blocks is Friday into
Okay.
Sunday night. So as far as the Divvy Dip, Sunday night. So yeah, like I said, I think I'm all right as far as our portfolio here. We're looking pretty good here. And this is a big thing that we're trying to see how we can rank up with the other players here, the
That's
other
good. We
220.
moved up 150,000. So
So
let's
this is the top player. He has like 159 billion. Is that billion or is that billion?
yeah, it's a
I can't
billion,
even
dude.
see. Okay.
Trillion?
So let's take a look and see what his portfolio is. Because I did look the other day. If this is the guy, he has like everything, everything you could possibly own. So
Oh
today,
my god. Oh my god.
yeah, that more than the country of Peru is worth probably. So yeah, he has like Apple,
Fuck
Abby.
this guy.
Yeah, he has like everything. I don't know what he's doing.
Was he have the whole S&P 500 on there?
Actually, you're probably right. That probably does actually. I'm not going through all that.
Join the transition transmission. Like, share, and subscribe to Frogs and Friends.
So we did talk about the Chippy dividend. Misty last week was what 48? Yeah, 48.8. So this week, or so it was 1,000. We had 1,000 shares last week, so
Yep.
that would be what 480.
480.
Yeah.
Yep.
So we pulled
About
that in
490.
as well with the 200. Uh, or wait, was it? Yeah, two. It was 480 with.
120 plus 480, so
120.
600.
Okay. Okay, so we had the 600. All right. Yeah, so yeah, I'm cool. And then also with the blocks, we had that was 10 cents as well, so that was $100. So we looked at $700.
700.
Yeah, so we looked at 700 last week. Now, granted, we did borrow what, 21 or sorry,
Bro.
20 yeah,
Yeah.
21,000 in margin. So like okay, so technically yeah, we used 120,000 roughly. Uh so not just a straight 100,000, but still though, like these are the tools that you can use for this kind of gain, this kind of wealth, this kind of lifestyle, and do it, and you
Yeah.
can do it safely too.
And
Uh,
tax free.
yeah, yeah. Return of capital. Now, granted, yes, we can't get SATA, we can't get stretch on these or
Oh my
any of the
god.
other
If we could,
preferreds.
that's a whole other
It
play. It's
is,
a
and
whole other play.
it is, and we're still going to talk about them here at some point with the portfolio because like once we go into the bull market here, once Bitcoin gets past like what 150-ish, I would say roughly in real life, that's when I'm really looking at these preferreds in to put money in because that's when everything else is going to be kind of like not on sale anymore. You're going to be somewhat overpaying in certain spots. It's going to be a different kind of animal.
Yeah.
So it's going to be interesting to see where we kind of put our money during the bull market. I'm quite interested to see that here down the line. And
We sure as shit aren't going to do what we did last time. That's for sure.
yes, we're not going to be buying Misties at the top. We're not going to be
At the
buying
fucking top.
blocks,
Yeah.
chippies at the top, or MSTR at the top and such. Now, granted, we'll know once we get to that bridge what that looks like, but we'll have more clarity. But yeah, it's just a shame this here doesn't have, and I don't want to stay idle, so we might have to go in some. Fuck, I don't want to go in treasuries either. Like, we're gonna have to figure something out here.
No way. No
We're gonna have
way.
to figure
Treasurers
something
are
out
dead.
here with this portfolio because this is still a 20-year-old behind current events behind technology portfolio that we're dealing with in this website. So, Adam, I'm trying to think, is there anything else that you wanted to touch on here today?
No, I think this is a great touch point. I mean, we're looking good. The last time we did this, we were looking like horrible. It was all red. So
Hmm.
it does seem like we're in a general market swing to the good. Seems like the Iran thing is not concerning people as much as it was before.
Yeah.
The interesting thing about all of this is even before Iran, so we were still kind of chopping down. But it seems like the overall market itself has been held back, and I think it's because of all the shorts and all the bears. It just basically betting on
Jane
everything
Street,
failing.
The
Yeah,
Jane Street
every
scam.
Jane Street scam. Like, there's so many scams going on, but they seem to be getting wiped out. And with Bitcoin right now, it was funny seeing it break through 80,000. There was a big sell wall there, man. I mean,
Hmm.
it's just chewing these shorts out, and it's exhausting out the sellers. And yeah, it just keeps chopping and doing it, chopping and doing it.
Yeah.
Eventually it's just gonna like give, and people are gonna be like, okay, well, I feel really stupid for selling at 76.
Yeah.
I mean, people, like, it's just gonna start turning the mentality. And it this may change. Like, I know we've talked about the coiled spring. Like, this whole market has been suppressed right now with all these new changes and all the structural changes that are going on, not only domestically but globally. It may change to where that coiled spring just pops, and whoever's still sitting in a short position is really going to regret it.
Yeah. Yeah. And the shorts always regret it at the end of the day. And
It seems like they
if you look
dominate.
long enough, you know.
It seems like shorts always dominate. Like, it's a 70% short.
Hmm.
Like, everyone's just fudding out on whatever it is, and they seem to win all the time. But I don't. Maybe it's just because you're on the other side of the trade. You're the optimist. I don't know.
Hmm.
But yeah, I think we're coming to a pop here, man. At some point. I mean, I can't say we're out of it yet, but there's definitely cautious optimism.
Yeah. And I think too, Seda and Stretch is changing that game. You know, I think it's
Yeah,
a bigger deal than even what some of us think. Like we can't even put it into words like how big of a deal that is. And to quote Luke, you know, these these preferreds are eating up the bear market
they
in real
are. They
time.
are. They're just chewing through it. And Stretch hasn't even gotten back to par yet. It may get back to par this week, and if it does, we'll see what the buy is next week. But that's just more buy pressure. Sitting out. It's been dormant. And Sailor didn't even buy last week.
Hmm. Yeah.
And again, I was talking to Krash on a sideline. That might be a signal that his Bitcoin buys and raises are all coming from Stretch. Go forward. It could be a signal. I don't know. I think the earnings call is going to be interesting tonight because there may be some confirmation of that, or there may not be. I don't know. Um, but yeah, I mean, as far as Sailor's buys go forward, they're just going to start increasing his overall average price. So,
Hmm. Yeah.
he's got to look out for his common stock as well. So we'll see where this goes. We'll see where it
Yeah.
goes.
Yeah. And to your earlier point, market sentiment has since like late last week or Monday, yesterday, it turned to greed. And it was just like
Oh,
2 weeks ago, it was in like extreme fear. And
extreme fear, like 11.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
like it's certainly changing, it seems like, to your point.
yeah.
Sentiment is certainly changing. Cautiously optimistic, you know. I'm right there with you. So guys, yeah, I think, yeah, keep an eye out for now when you guys are seeing this, the MSTR call. You'll be able to watch it on YouTube. Will be a day after this. So yeah, quite interested to see what the MSTR call. I'm looking forward to this week. So to see what it brings. It's gonna be fun. We always celebrate
Well, hey, we'll
MSTR
get to
earnings
talk about
call.
it. We'll get to talk about it tomorrow around,
Yeah,
or
that's right. So you guys will be
Thursday on
able
the
to.
roundtable.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. On the next roundtable, you guys will be able to hear it. So
yeah.
when that comes out, that'll be a couple days after this video drops. So yeah, check it out on Sunday, 10 a.m., guys. So, but nonetheless, Adam, I think we can go off on a high note here this week. We're going up in the rankings. We're looking green. Everything we have is green still at this point. So we're looking all right, my man.
Beautiful. We'll take it. Take
All
the
right.
wins. Take the small wins.
Yes.
All right.
Yep. Take the wins. Like Trump said, if your enemy is giving you a win, just take it. Just take it. Don't overthink it. Just take it. Take your winnings and play live another day. So, all right, guys. Until next time, stay out of that collateral damage. That's Adam. I'm Krash. If you guys enjoyed this video, check out the roundtable series right up at the top.